Welcome back, guys. We're just gonna hop right into ZBrush here. We got a couple of different Z spheres. We're just gonna stack those guys right on top of each other, and we have a snowman. Just getting all the subtools placed out right now. So once they're all mapped out, then we can just go into each one and just kind of refine detail as we go. I did want to give a different take on a snowman, just give it my own flavor to it. So just a little grumpy because I'm a grumpy old man. No, I just think it's kind of cool because so many snowmen, you just always see them always light, fluffy, happy. So I just want to give maybe a snowman on a bad day kind of thing. And then just working on the scarf here. We got I'm decent at cloth and stuff like that. No expert by any means, but I am familiar with the principles that we need to create some cloth. There are programs out there that do cloth for you. I might get some of those, but I am going to upgrade my computer soon, so just more expenses. And then I just got these teeth here, just using the trim dynamic to smooth them out, and then I'm just going to do a little mirror and weld, bring it to the other side. And then I didn't really like it, so just like I'm just going to do it manually. So I'm just going to sculpt those teeth in, give him some nice big teeth because he's so happy. And then I had to pull up some reference for the scarf. I was having trouble with how a knot ties, or how a scarf ties. So what that looks like, I had to get some reference. Just kind of clears things up. And then we're just going to work on that nose. Got a carrot for a nose. Not Pinocchio. But I didn't actually print out. I printed several different noses. And I guess my 3D printer just couldn't handle it because it was too small. So I just ended up sculpting it by hand with some clay that just hardens. And then just working on that cigar. Just making a base here. I am going to use live boolean to chop off the bottom, and then I am going to hollow it out. Then we're just putting some snow down right now, where the snow underneath it would get pushed out if you just drop this huge snowball on top of it. And then just working on the hands, the twigs for hands. I think those took the longest out of the whole sculpt. I'm going to come back to that, but those aren't finished by any means. Just getting mapped out. Then working on the bow for the hat. And then just working on the teeth. I like to have quite a bit of the subtool submerged into whatever I'm sculpting, just because it makes it a very nice airtight mesh. So there's not going to be any space in between the face and the teeth. Where if I did it a little differently, there was the potential that there might be like a little air bubble in the back, or just something like that. and just refining some of the detail here. I'm going to put some detail on the face. I am giving him a skin type texture, not full skin, but just kind of like a stylized skin, I guess. Obviously if he has snow, he wouldn't be having wrinkles in his face, but I just thought it was kind of cool. Gives him a nice character, like a cartoony character feel. Obviously this isn't a realistic sculpt of a snowman. That would be kind of boring. I think sculpting the detail on the face was probably my favorite part of the entire sculpt. I think that's the part I had the most fun with. This cloth, the scarf, did give me a little bit of frustration, just because it's a little bit tedious. You gotta kind of just think about how the cloth is going to fold. Something that's in the front of my head instead of like the back, where I can just do it without thinking about it like a lot of other things. So still not a master by any means, but still working on my knowledge of cloth. And then just working on those buttons here, using the trim dynamic. Definitely my favorite brush to use, just because it's so fun to chop things so dynamically. And then just making the little tassels. And then we're gonna finish off the arms. This definitely took the longest part, the longest of the entire sculpt. I didn't even put half of the process in here, just because it was taking so long, and it would just be a kind of a boring video, I think, if I was just working on the arms for like 5 minutes. I was thinking about just doing like some alphas and just projecting that on, but I feel like for 3D print, since I'm printing this out small, you wouldn't have seen all those little details. And then just adding some snow texture here, and then just smoothing off the face a little bit, because I think it was a little too intense, and then just going back in with my dam standard, and just bringing back out that detail. So now we just need to hollow out the model with live boolean. It makes it so much easier in the new ZBrush than the old one, with that live boolean feature. Yeah, I can have it hollowed out in just a matter of minutes, while the other one just took me a little bit longer. I lose a lot of detail, so that's just nice. So I am gonna 3D print this guy and paint him. It's going to be next week's video, so if you guys want to check that out, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. And if you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.